G'day and welcome to this week's episode of Ask Leah. Question for you. How good are you at sharing what's going on for you, either the pressures you're under or the challenges you're facing, how you're feeling with the people who are around you? Now, I'm not talking about oversharing, but I'm talking about explaining the why, giving people the information if they're interacting with you daily. So it might be your family members in your house. It might be friends that you usually stay in touch with. It might be your work colleagues. Do you give them the information they need to know what's going on, to understand your behavior? Or are you guilty of holding that in and trying to put on a brave face and hope that no one notices? The reason I raise this, and I'm not talking about oversharing or divulging things that you don't really want to, but when you hold it all in a vacuum of information, people make up their own stories. So if you're the leader and suddenly you start closing your door all of the time and you haven't explained the why to your team, their read might be something serious is going on, or you're really angry at everyone and you don't want to talk. And it might be that you're under pressure to meet a deadline and you need some focus time. It might be that there are some really sensitive conversations that you need to have at the moment. In your home life, it might be that actually at work at the moment, things are pretty stressful. So if I'm a bit quiet at home, I'm going to try to show up well, but if I'm a bit quieter than normal, that's what's going on. It's not about you. With your friends, it might be saying, actually, I'm really at capacity at the moment, juggling the kids and work. You know I love you, but if I'm not in as much contact as usual, that's what's going on. When we give people the information that doesn't justify poor behavior, but it explains how we're showing up, it gives people some comfort and certainty so they can go about their day without thinking that they've done something wrong or reading into the situation something that is way off the mark. We are guilty of making assumptions a lot of times. That's its own problem. But we are also, a lot of us, very guilty of under communicating or not communicating at all what is going on for us. A little communication, a little conversation can go a long way. If you have a communication, leadership, self-management, leading through change, emotional intelligence, tricky people stuff question you would like answered, send it through and I will do my best to answer it for you next week. Cheers.